Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Welcome to Nitya Satsang. Today is the 8th of November 2024. We did make some initial comments today with the two questions that were there. We'll just spend a couple more minutes here and then try to end on time. The question that was raised by Deviji and Pratimaji, the question that was raised certainly is a very important question, and that is about the problem of evil. That's what it is called. In a much more technical sense, that's what it's called. And there is an extensive piece of research done on this. There's a lot of research done on this, actually, over the years. And one of the big documents that has ever been written is called The Problem of Evil in Indian Thought by Arthur Herman. Okay, and it is a book that is 343 pages long. And it tries to answer this question: why are there these negative things and terrible pain, suffering, problems in so many ways in the world? Why is it there? What is the reason behind that? So this work is very extensive. If you want a copy of it, I'll send it to you. It is a PDF document. I'm happy to share this. It's a technical analysis of this problem. But one of the answers to this is free choice. That each Jivatma is given by Paramatma free choice, free will. That's interesting. If we didn't have free will, we could not choose our actions. We would just be like machines. That's all. Just like robots or these new AIs that will come out in the future. They don't really have free will, but it looks like they have free will. That's what it'll seem like. It's a whole different discussion. Are we just robots like that? Are we just biochemical machines? Or do we really have free will? So one of the arguments that is traditionally given regarding the problem of evil has very much to do with the question of why there is evil, why there is pain, suffering, if there is God. If there is God, if there is Brahman, if there is higher consciousness, why is this all there? Now, there are some 23 different answers given by this researcher, Thurman, and not a single answer is going to be satisfactory completely. It just won't be. So what will actually come about of this is that we are left with Shraddha, in the words of the enlightened gurus or Bhagavan himself, the incarnations of God. We're left in a much more detailed study of the Bhagavad Gita's teachings, of the Bhagavad Gita's vision of reality. See, there is something called the Vishwarup Darshan in the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavan Krishna shows this Virat Rup, everything going on in there. Millions of people coming and going and destroyed, and universes created and gone. I mean, it's just mind-boggling vision. And that is in the body of Virat Narayan, Vishwarup. It's not something that Sachin here is talked about much because it's a very difficult subject to discuss really in short time. But in a nutshell, all of the reality of the Brahmanda, of the universes, is happening in the body of Virat Narayan. And there are infinite number of Virat Narayan. It's not just one. Krishna Bhagwan showed him one Virat Narayan. ऐसे कितने हैं? अनंत कोटि विराट पुरुष है. There's no way any human being can understand this. And that, even that Vishwarup Darshan that was shown to Arjun, this was shown to Arjun by giving Arjun Divya Drishti. This is what we're talking about, beyond Sattva Gun, beyond our mind. He can see the whole picture because of that Divyam Dadamite Chakshu. That Chakshu meaning eyes, to see that Lord in the Virat form. Yeah, amazing baat hai. So the Virat Purush is also a being. It is called Ishwar Koti, one of the Ishwaras. From that, the way Vachanamrita describes it, from that Virat Purush, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiv come out of that being. In the Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition, that same Virat Purush is sometimes, I think, called, there's different 3 forms of Vishnu that are talked about. I'll have to do some comparative analysis to see how the language fits exactly. The point is that there is reality at such a level. There are beings much beyond our level. And the Virat Narayan is that one massive being within whom everything is happening. And that Virat Narayan also has an Atma, just like we do. और उनका भी शरीर जो है, that entire activity of the Virat Purush, it stops at one point. That is 10 times, 10 times 2 to the 20th. There's some massive number that has been calculated. I don't know the exact number. It is called Dvi Prarardhakar. That is where the Virat Purush itself goes away. These things that have been discovered are just unbelievable. So the things that we are concerned with in this world are so insignificant compared to the higher reality, that if a person's vision goes into that reality, this entire ये सब संसार भी शून्य हो जाता है. इसका कोई relevance ही नहीं रहता. It's like how much relevance does one E. coli bacterium cell have to us? In our own stomach, there are billions of E. coli bacteria. They have to be there. They're not needed for digestion. They're needed, no doubt. There is some relevance. How much does one of them have? This entire planetary system and everything else is like that tiny little bacteria cell. It has no consequence at all, but it has some consequence in terms of where we are and what we need to do. Because there is so much greater phenomena going on than what anybody realizes. And the rishis could see all this, 14 lokas, the jivatma going in transmigration cycles, billions of jivatma going back and forth. This is all transcosmic realization. It is called transmigration. So when we think about all of this, our mind automatically becomes steady. बहुत स्थिर हो जाता है कि ये सब क्या चल रहा है. We just wind up like Arjuna with folded hands. Hey Prabhu, I don't want to see this even. He said, this is frightening me. We get frightened by the things that are happening in this world, earthquakes and tornadoes and hurricanes and elections and whatever else might be going on, right? We get disturbed by that. Arjuna was shown the Virat Purush and he could not deal with that. There's a prarthana in the Gita. He says, hey Prabhu, you don't show this thing to me. I don't want to see this. He says, you show me your human form, your Manusha Dvibhuj form again. I don't want to see this. This is, I'm losing my composure. I'm losing my mind in this. I'm losing myself in this. I cannot stand to see this thing. So then Bhagwan changes back into the Chaturbhuj Swarup and then eventually back into the two-form Swarup. It is available. If you want to see Virat Purush, Samadhi में जाओ, करो ध्यान, छोड़ दो सब जगत की आसक्ति और भगवान को प्रार्थना करो कि I want to see your Vishwarup, दिखाएंगे. क्यों नहीं? Yes, this is all accessible to us. If we are really intent on seeing these things, somebody might say, I want to see the Swargaloka. Swargalok dekhna hai. Dekh sakte ho, kyun nahi? But you have to sit for dhyan, purify one's life, sadhana karni chahiye. Mantra sadhana 10, 15, 20 hours a day. And then maybe this life, next life, third life, 10th life, at some point you'll see that. Who knows when, you see? But that is not easy, but only when the samadhi opens up, then you can see all of this phenomena. 14 lokas are there. Brahma ji ko sthan hai Satya Lok. Yes, Brahma ji's life is 100 years. Not our 100 years, his 100 years. Virat Purush is much, much beyond. Brahma ji walked for 50 of his years to find where he came from. He couldn't find it. That Virat Purush is so much beyond. ऐसी सब बहुत ऊपर level की बात है. But the fact of the matter is that when we are living in our life here, if we can evolve our mind into this higher vision through the study of the scriptures, real proper study and proper understanding, then whatever is happening in the world, we have several things. Our duty, the best wishes for all, unentanglement, non-entanglement, state of beyond duality, dvandatitam gagana sadrusham, beyond all the fluctuations, and seva and divya bhav. And as Ramakrishna Paramahans would say, the whole thing is seen as a play of Shakti. Doesn't matter who the winner of the elections are or how many people are coming or going or anything. Entire activity A to Z is Chid Shakti Vilas. Your Shakti ka ek play hai from a certain point of view, yes. He would say that it is a house of mirth. He would also say that this is a place of suffering. The sansar is like a jail, a place of suffering, as I mentioned before. But once the bhakta's vision opens into the Brahman, into the higher reality, it is all a play of consciousness. Amazing. Same thing that is seen as dukkha and pain and suffering and difficulty is now seen as a play of consciousness. Right? We'll talk more about that. It is a realization. These are big, very, very, very super level ideas. But slowly, we'll get into it. Okay, so we'll stop here for now. Om karacharanakutam va kayajam karmajam va shravananajam va manasam va paradam vihitam avihitam va sarvametat Jai Jai Karunabde Shri Mahadeva Shambho Om Divalingaya Namaha Urdhvalingaya Namaha Anandalingaya Namaha Paramatma Lingaya Namaha Om Dvadash Jyotirlingaya Namo Namaha Om Aim Rim Klim Chamundaye Viche Swaha Om Shri Durga Arpanamastu Om Shri Radha Krishna Arpanamastu. Again, this Navaran Mahamantra Om Aim Rim Klim Chamundaye Viche Ye Karna. This will protect from all of the problems of the sansar. Just stay with that and Namah Shivaya. They'll take care of everything, right? With that, Hari Om. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.